But there's a tendency to think innovation is around new technology. But it's not just around new technology. It's about doing things differently.
Canada has an innovation and productivity problem. It's getting worse and will hit our ability to pay for our priorities. That's the warning from Andrew Maxwell, professor with the Lassonde School of Engineering at York University.
We confuse research with innovation. Research is doing something new. Innovation is actually creating some value in the market. And there's a massive disconnect.
He says GDP per capita is one good metric of demonstrating the problem. If you look at Canada's GDP per capita in US dollars since 2000, except for a brief period after 2008, we have historically trailed our neighbors to the south by $10,000 to $20,000 per person. But in recent years, where the U.S. has largely recovered, according to the World Bank, Canada has fallen behind, now trailing by more like $30,000.
We're behind the U.S. a lot, $20,000 to $30,000, absolutely. And that's exacerbated by the fact we're actually falling further behind every year because GDP per person's going down. And in the Canadian context, the Canadian dollar is going down. So if you're trying to measure it on some absolute value, it's actually even exacerbated. And so that means that we can afford less, we can do less, we have less income for every person in the country to spend on social programs and to do new things.
With election season full steam ahead, he's asking politicians to address the issue and for voters to assess the ideas put forward by candidates.
Your advice to voters, to the politicians appealing to them right now, what's your advice?
My advice to voters is ask the question, who's thinking about how we're going to create the wealth, address the prosperity gap? Because if we don't do that, we don't have the money to spend on the programs that we want. For the politicians, it's really, how do we put innovation and prosperity, productivity on the agenda as a key issue that should unite us, not divide us?
The good news? He says there tends to be agreement across the political spectrum that our innovation and productivity problems need attention.
And they all agree we need to do better innovation. They just don't know how to do it. So I think what I'm trying to do is, one, let's get innovation on the agenda so people are actually talking about it.
For City News, I'm David Zura.